Atlantis, a name that has echoed through time like a haunting melody, half myth, half memory. A city said to have been powerful beyond measure, brilliant in knowledge and radiant in beauty. But was it ever real? Or is it only the dream of a forgotten age, whispered through the centuries? To find Atlantis, we must begin not in the ocean, but in the mind of one man, Plato. The origin of the legend. It was around 360 BCE when the philosopher Plato first spoke of Atlantis. He described it in two of his dialogues, Timaeus and Critias. According to him, Atlantis was a vast island beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar, a kingdom blessed with wealth, technology, and wisdom far ahead of its time. Plato said it was a land of harmony, a society that once lived in balance with nature and divine law. Its people, descendants of the god Poseidon and a mortal woman named Clito, built grand temples, canals, and palaces adorned with gold and precious metals. They possessed ships that ruled the seas and knowledge that reached into the stars. But with power came pride, and with pride, corruption. The Fall Plato wrote that over time the Atlanteans began to lose their virtue. Their hearts, once pure, became consumed by greed and ambition. They sought to dominate rather than serve, to conquer rather than understand. And so, as the legend goes, the gods withdrew their favor. In a single day and night of misfortune, the mighty island of Atlantis sank beneath the waves, swallowed by the sea. Plato's words were clear yet mysterious. He never claimed Atlantis was a fable. He spoke of it as history, passed down from ancient Egyptian priests to the Greek lawmaker Solon, and then to him. So, was it just an allegory or a memory of something real? The search for Atlantis. For over 2,000 years, explorers, scholars, and dreamers have searched for it. Some point to the Mediterranean, near Crete or Santorini, linking Atlantis to the Minoan civilization, which also vanished after a great volcanic eruption. Others turn to the Atlantic Ocean, believing the story too literal to ignore. Even the Caribbean and Antarctica have been proposed, each holding its own strange evidence. There are ancient maps, like the Peary Race map, showing lands beneath the ice. Underwater structures off the coasts of Cuba, Japan, and India hint at civilizations drowned long before recorded history. And deep beneath the sands of the Sahara lies the Eye of Africa, a vast circular formation that mirrors Plato's exact description of Atlantis's concentric rings. Coincidence or clue? The deeper meaning. Perhaps the true story of Atlantis is not about a lost city, but a lost memory, a reflection of what humanity once was and what it could be again. Plato may have used Atlantis as a mirror, showing both our potential for greatness and our tendency towards self-destruction. A civilization that reached the heights of power only to fall because it lost its balance with nature and virtue. If that lesson feels timeless, it's because it is. Across every era, the rise and fall of civilizations repeat the same rhythm: wisdom, achievement, pride, and decline. Atlantis, in this sense, is not just a place. It is a pattern, a symbol of the eternal cycle of creation and loss, reminding us that when we forget the harmony between knowledge and humility, we risk sinking too. Echoes across cultures. Strangely, stories like Atlantis appear all around the world. The flood of Noah in the Bible, the deluge of Gilgamesh in Mesopotamia, the sunken lands of Lemuria in the Pacific, the Mayas' lost cities, reclaimed by the jungle, all speak of advanced peoples destroyed by water, arrogance, or imbalance. Could these be different memories of the same event, told through different tongues? Or perhaps Atlantis is not one city but a shared ancestral echo, a story the earth itself remembers. The legacy of the lost, Today, scientists continue to explore the ocean floor with satellites and submersibles. Every year, new discoveries emerge. Ancient ruins beneath the waves, artifacts older than known civilizations, and patterns that suggest history may be deeper than we ever imagined. But maybe, just maybe, the greatest discovery isn't under the sea. It's within us. Atlantis may live on in the human spirit, in our drive to build, explore, and reach beyond what we know, to seek truth even when it's buried in myth, to remember even when time tries to make us forget. Closing reflection. So, does Atlantis exist? Perhaps not in the way we imagine, with golden towers and crystal halls beneath the ocean, but in a deeper sense, yes? It exists as a truth wrapped in story, a truth that reminds us that every civilization, no matter how great, must live in balance or be reclaimed by the very world that gave it life. Atlantis, then, is not lost. It lives in every dream of a better world that refuses to sink into oblivion.